Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death among men and women combined, claiming over 50,000 lives each year. Despite this, approximately 35 million people are not current with screening and recommended. Joining us live from New York to encourage us and share his personal story is a very familiar face, Harry Connick Jr. Good morning, Harry.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining us today. So can you tell us a little bit about the impact that the cancer had in your family?
Yeah, sure. Unfortunately, I've had, too many dealings with cancer. I think having one experience with cancer is too much, but, I've lost a lot of people in my family, my grandpa, my mother, and then as recently as 5 years ago, my wife Jill was diagnosed with breast cancer. Thankfully, she was a big advocate for early screening and detection, and she got her sonogram and mammogram done early and often and detected her breast cancer early, and that's why she's a survivor today. But I'm here to talk about colon cancer. This is a terrible disease which happens to be the second leading cause of death, cancer deaths in men and women, as you said, in the United States, and it's the most preventable but least prevented type of cancer. So why aren't we doing more to get more people screened? One in 3 Americans is getting screened. That's 35 million Americans who are not getting screened. So it's really, really important to get the word out. And I'm here to talk about Cologuard, which is a non-invasive at-home option that I talked to my healthcare provider about because I'm over 50 and at average risk. So it was really important for me to get out there and tell everybody about Cologuard and the New 50 campaign, which explains everything to people about what this is. So if you go to new50.com, you can learn all about it. And I think it's really important that we all talk about it.
I agree. And my dad actually had colon cancer. So this is very important to me as well. And I am very grateful that you are spreading the word about early detection is the key in this. And it's, a lot of people don't know that. But can you tell us the importance of getting screening for colon cancer at 50?
Sure. Well, 90% of colon cancers are found in people 50 and older. That's why words like colorectal cancer and colonoscopy are floating around. They were for me when I turned 50. And listen, I've talked to a bunch of people. I was backstage at a show not long ago talking to about 6 guys on the crew about this very subject. And I say, hey, raise your hands if you've been screened, because they were all over 50. And none of them had. I said, why not? Is it because you don't want to get a colonoscopy? And all of them raised their hands. I say, y'all are just like I am. This is not something that seems like a pleasant experience. It takes time, sedation, discomfort, all of that stuff. And I told them about Cologuard, which is a non-invasive at-home option. And they were like, are you kidding? I said, nope, this is modern technology at its best. So I said, talk to your healthcare provider. If you're over 50, if you're at average risk, this is an option for you. And it was for me, and I'm glad I did it because now I have peace of mind and I don't have to think about it for the next 3 years, which is a really big deal.
That's great. And, it's amazing how, medicine and technology has grown to find cancers like this so easily and so fast, so we can find it and get, rid of it quickly. I know we are actually running a little bit out of time. So I just want to know what else you are up to these days and what's coming up next for you.
Well, I'm going to be on tour this summer. I'm in production for a show that hopefully will go to Broadway in the fall. But can I just say this before I go? All of that's great. But if your health isn't together, none of it matters. My wonderful wife, Jill, is healthy. None of this stuff that's happening in my career matters. And everybody watching knows this, too. If your health isn't in order, nothing flows smoothly after that. So make sure that you go to new50.com if you're over 50 and at average risk. And by the way, Exact Sciences is based in your town of Madison, so I want to give a shout out to everybody there now. I'm honored to be able to say that my brothers and sisters that are working so hard to let everybody know about Cologuard are right there in Madison, and I'm so thankful to be associated with you. It's a big deal. It's a game changer, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today and letting us know why we need to get screened. And please give Jill my best. It's so great to hear that she is able to be in remission and she made it through it.
I will. I'll pass that along. Thanks so much for having me today.